Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been trying to cut down on my social media usage lately by directing my energy toward translating some golden plates I dug up in my backyard, but I keep getting derailed by all these lists of Marvel characters people keep making. Top 50 Marvel Cinematic Universe characters, top 45 Cinematic Universe characters, top 55 Cinematic Marvel Universe characters. Like, they've got characters, they've got characters, they've got universes, they've got Marvel's Universal Islands of Adventure. It is just too many things. 45, 55, the numbers never stop. And, it got me thinking, like, what if you made a list of your top 50 Marvel Universe characters, Joe? Would that be an amazing episode? And the answer is no. No, it would not. Because it's already been done. What I try to do is the things that no one else can do. And one thing that I've realized is that no one else can make a list of 50 characters that are not Marvel Universe characters. It's just literally something they are not capable of. You might say, well, Joe, what if they made a list of their top 50 characters from Lord of the Rings? You know what? Lord of the Rings doesn't actually have 50 characters in it. It actually has 47. You would think like, well, no, wait. Well, there's Elrond, there's Gandalf, there's like a Hobbit, and you start like, well, there's 13 people in the Fellowship alone. Look, I get it. You want to count every character in the Lord of the Rings. You actually probably would exceed 50, but I'm not going to do it for you. It's just not really worth comparing characters in that way. I feel like there's supposed to be an Ender portal around here somewhere, or another portal. And I have somehow messed it up. And somehow, I do not have a lot of health while I'm messing it up. You know what? This looks promising up here. Is this gravel something? It's a chance to fall down. What about now? What if I go all the way up there? Is that something? It is not. Everything that I thought was correct turned out to have been a poor idea. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue this way. So, anyway, you can't make a compelling list of the top 50 Lord of the Rings characters, because the only ones people actually care about are Tom Bombadil, who isn't even in the movies, and Tom Silmaril, who they also cut out of the movies. Although they are going to make a Silmarilla Amazon episode thing at some point, I'm sure, because Amazon makes a million of everything. But you know what? We just can't, in good conscience, spend our energy on making a top 50 Marvel Lord of the Rings characters thing right now. We have got to find our way through this terrifying land toward safety. And I'm starting to worry that that's literally impossible. Oh wait, no, I see torches down there. No, why am I... Dang it. Get out of the fire. Okay, I'm glad I chugged a fireproof potion. How long does that last? 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Well, let's be on our way then. Also, why didn't my Elytra kick in? That was supposed to protect me. Elytra, you're doing a bad job. Okay, so if we follow these torches, I think it will eventually lead us to a mesa. And, Mesa, Jar Jar Binks, what if you made a list of your top 50 Star Wars characters, Joe? Okay, well, that's, again, one of those things where it's like, everybody has something that they care deeply about, but really, when it comes to Star Wars, people only like Anakin. They're just like, oh, a Star Wars without a Skywalker, blonde. They're not even going to yawn. They're going to pretend that they're blonde while yawning, which I don't even know what that means. But, they're just blonding all over the place. And, hey, this portal looks like it's been deactivated. Well, that is bad for me. Okay, so does anybody see a ghast we can taunt? Even better. Even better than a ghast we can taunt is, oh. There we go. There's probably a better way to do this. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to try and force a list that doesn't really fit what people want, So, what's left? Okay, what's something that has a lot of characters in it? What's something that has been in print for hundreds of years that people get really excited about, well, there's always the Bible. But you know what the problem is with listing the 50 best Bible characters? First one is probably Blasphemy. It is, you have a really strong case that ranking biblical figures would be considered blasphemy by, like, a lot of churches. And you gotta ask yourself, like, how much of blasphemy do I want to commit without actively, like, trying to improve the world with it? You know, if you were just like, hey, let's not burn people at the stake because, you know, maybe they're not witches, maybe they're just good people who deserve a life. Well, that would have been blasphemy in some churches, you know, in America a long time ago. And, you know, it's probably worthwhile. You should stand up for people who are being, you know, burned alive. But, you know, at the same time, if all you're trying to do is make a top 50 list of something so you can, you know, have your blog get cool hits, you know, how much blaspheming do you want to do? And so not only do you get in trouble for ranking potential, like, people to be on this list, like, you might be like, Mary Magdalene is way better than Job because she washed, you know, Jesus's feet with her hair or whatever. And, you know, that's way cooler than Job. You know, all Job ever did was, you know, have stuff taken away from him and love God anyway. So he goes 5th and she's 4th. But then there's a question of, like, well, is your top 3 the Trinity? Or is acknowledging the Trinity as 3 distinct places on your top 50 biblical figures list, like, basically blaspheming in the eyes of a lot of people of, like, what the triune nature really is? You know, if it is an inconceivable mystery of 3 and 1, then maybe it should only have 1 spot in the list, or maybe it should have both 1 spot and 3 spots in the list. This could be a whole can of worms that you just don't want to open, you know? You don't want people leaving comments on your videos going, like, hey, man, I like your videos in general, but I dislike that you believed that King Saul was better than King David, because, I mean, clearly King Saul lost his way, and even if you find him more identifiable on a human level, you know, I mean, King David was a great poet. And, you know, you don't need that. That does not, you know, technically every YouTube comment counts as engagement, but you don't need that. That is not, like, the sort of discussion you want to be stimulating, you know? Whereas you post something going like, oh yeah, man, the Hulk is totally top 5 Marvel characters because he's the Hulkerist, you know? People are like, whoa, the Hulk, wait, but what about Thor? And what about Sword Man? It's like Thor, but without the lisp. And then other people are like, Sword Man is a DC Universe character. And then YouTube sees all that, like, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like a tennis match where people are volleying their opinions in a dynamic way, and they're not bothering to really support them, which means they can post faster. And so, you know, you get people thinking very deeply about the relative faith and value of biblical figures, or, like, you know, which Star Wars thing they care about most. No, they're gonna go too slow. You're not gonna get that fast commenting money. That's what everybody's about these days. They're chasing that Marvel money, you know? Not me. Not me. You know, if I was gonna make a list of my top 50 Hermitcraft characters, you know who I'd say? My friends. If you said, Joe, are you gonna put those in any order? I'd say no, because I like my friends, and that's dumb. I don't know, not everything needs to go on a list. Not everything needs to be in its place, like, oh, yeah, my favorite Raisinette brand raisin is chocolate Raisinets, but, you know, cherry Raisinets are my 3rd favorite after lemon Raisinets. No, stop. You can enjoy things without overthinking them. Just enjoy them. You know, okay, there's a lot of cool characters in Star Wars. There's a lot of cool characters in the Bible. There's a lot of cool characters in the Iliad by Homer. And then, you know, well, that's its own can of worms. Actually, I was going to say I have some deeply held ideas about which characters in the Iliad are better than others. That's a really bad example. Well, Aias the Greater and Aias the Lesser are clearly blah, blah, blah. Not a good idea. Nope. Not a conversation we're going to have right now, because it undermines my entire point that you can enjoy things without comparing them internally or externally. Yeah. If you wanted to say, what's your top 50 Disney characters? Well, right now, if Disney keeps buying everything, you know, the way it's going right now, it's like, well, of course, Luke Skywalker is better than the guy with the Keyblade, who's better than Mickey Mouse, who's better than the Hulk. But, in 5 years when they buy, I don't know, Futurama or whatever, it'll of course be Blender. Blender. His name isn't Blender, it's Bender. If he was a guitar, he would be a Fender, because that's also a metal joke. Not like a heavy metal joke, but just a Fenders are made of metal. Terracotta, terracotta, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Gonna collect blocks now, gotten many stacks now. How about you? How about you? Are there spiders up in here? Up in here? That looks quite foreboding. I am kind of worried. Except in a way that rhymes with Woden. This is quite foreboding, like the son of Odin. Worrisome, worrisome. Okay. I love that somebody just filled this with these sea lanterns, which are a crazy expensive form of light, just so that they could mine out more terracotta. The Hermitcraft server, everybody. The Hermitcraft server. Anyway. And that's not let me just say, if you're gonna list the 50 best of something, and you don't have a clearly defined what the evaluated metric is, just all around best, you've already lost. If you wanted to say the 50 most delicious ways to serve apples, at least you have a clear thing. You're these are not the best presentation ways to serve apples. These are not the most convenient ways to serve apples. These are the most delicious. I get that. But the 50 best Marvel heroes, or the top 50 based off of the top 50 heroes with the largest weapons. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why anyone does anything anymore. Nothing makes sense. I'm old. This is what being old is. You watch the show Daria, and you're just I really like how that one girl is very artistic, and the other girl is very critical of the world. Maybe I'll be like them one day. And then you wake up and you're just Daria's dad, and you're screaming at the newspaper every morning, and you don't have the ability to change or improve anything. And the newspaper's full of lists of 50 Marvel characters. For some reason. Oh, that's probably why they broke that. So let's go ahead and re-break that for them, so that they don't accidentally come back out through here when they want to come out through a different portal. Did I lose that obsidian? Yay, okay. So hopefully I'll do a better job of turning back from this place with my terracotta in hand than I did of entering it. Hey, what is that? Is that another portal-like room? Because if that's another portal room, maybe I can use that to get where I need to go. Nope, this one's also walled off. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, wait, I don't have my fireproof stuff. No, bad, bad, bad. Let us flee into the little shack we have for a moment now. And come back out. Let us jump all those things, all the ways that they could blow us up now. I am not glad to be a major target for him. Luckily, I've worked out at the gym. That's a lie, I did not. Why did I lie? Now when I die, I will suffer for my lying ways too, on top of being dead. Okay. What is the way out? Is it over here? I kind of think it is. I kind of think the way out was over here somehow. Okay, I see more torches over there. That's a good sign. So we are just going to go towards those and hopefully make our way back to the safer parts of the server, also known as Red Sky Bay. Okay, guys. I think we're cool. I think we're safe. I think we've gone our separate ways from the things that cast the blaze. Cast the blazes. I don't know. Everything here just goes through phases. Here are stairs that look quite promising. Yeah, okay, this is the way we came. Cool. So I think that we can safely say that we are on our way back to Red Sky Bay. So I might as well close this episode out. If you guys have lists of things that you think I should name 50 of or not name 50 of for arbitrary reasons, please post them in the comments. And then when other people post lists of like what they want to see, like top 50 best Legos or whatever, like red 3-stud block or flat 2-piece block or whatever, everybody just jump on those comments and argue back and forth incessantly. I'm going to make the point that you don't need a 50 Marvel character list to get an insane amount of people yelling at each other on YouTube. Everybody actually act nice to each other. Have like very rapid fire discussion, but reasonable. Like, don't attack people. Let's just talk about courtesy for a minute. Let's all be nice to each other, because it's been a hard week for a lot of folks. It's been a hard month and a hard year. Some people have never had a good year in their entire lives. Let's just think about that. Like, you can probably think like, oh, I had some good luck for a while when this worked out or that worked out. Some people never get that. So just assume whoever you're talking to, this is the only fun they're going to have today. And have fun with them. Be kind to them. You know, a lot of people come on the internet because they need a break. You know, be a part of that enjoyment for them. Be a good person. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, and argue a lot about top 50 lists. Oh, no, this is not where I wanted to come out. Oh, yeah, it is. Wait, this is exactly where I wanted to come out. Perfect. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.